Hi, we're Rafalana D. Mikas with the forecast for July 2025. So if you don't have your calendar, you can still get one at planetarycalendar.com. And of course, you're watching this on YouTube. So if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that bell and subscribe, and you'll get notifications every time we post something. So we're ready to look at July 1st through the 5th. Look at that. We get a short week this time. We're only going to do 5 days, and that way the weeks will flow right for the postings onto YouTube.
Yeah, except it does include July 4th, though. It's an especially busy week for us.
It is. There's a lot to say. I must admit. And I'm going to get back to the 1st, but I want to draw your attention to the 2nd and the 3rd, because these are the gray box days. Now, there's a couple things I want to say about that.
Yes.
They're going to change. They're going to be an outline around the number. Why? Because our printer, actually both printers, have had trouble with this grayscale on the calendar. And so on some they print, on some they don't. It's been a little bit wonky. So we fixed that for 2026. So you only have half a year to contend with the gray box until that happens.
So that's the good news and the bad news.
Having said that, no, the really bad news is look at the 3rd. It is void, of course. The moon is void, of course, that entire day. Now, on the 2nd, it's void, of course, for a good half of the day, but the heart of the day. And then Friday is not having a gray box because the moon changes sign very, very early in the morning. So Friday lucked out for July the 4th, not being part of that void of course problem, but it will be a problem, and just hunker down because it's a long one.
Now, if you have your calendar, and you should, and why wouldn't you? It's been around since 1949, after all. What's most notable about this week is that of the 5 days, 4 of them have letters on them. 4 of them have letters on them. So there's 4 notable days.
That just means you were busy.
Busy. Now, what do they actually say? Oh, we should
we do have to start with the 1st, because 1st might end up being your favorite day of the week, because it's a very social day, because all of the aspects are above or below the number. That means there's no planets involved that aren't connecting with the moon. So social, some good, some bad. It's kind of a mixed bag with the opposition to Saturn and Neptune. But basically, overall, a kind of lighter, no heavy aspect kind of day.
Exactly. Now, one thing you should know, too, is that Venus is moving fast this month. Okay, so personal relationships, things like that, things that you want to move forward, things that you want to make better. July is a good month to do it. Okay, we got a fast, but Mercury's going to turn retrograde this month, as is I think Saturn, and who else? Maybe Neptune. Yeah, Neptune turns retrograde too. So big events.
How can you tell?
Right, big events will get a little wacky out in the world. So we also have, we have Uranus is going to be entering Gemini too. We'll get to that next week.
I'm joking with Neptune. I don't want Neptune to take it out on me.
Really, exactly.
But, Neptune's a little nebulous, so.
Exactly. So as Lonnie said, on the 2nd and 3rd, you got these void of course. So have a list. When you have a void of course day like this, have a list at the beginning of the day. Write down what it is you want to accomplish, or maybe the day before.
And also, if you do something that's not on the list, write it on the list and cross it right out.
Yes.
Because at least it helps you remember that you did, in fact, accomplish something.
Exactly. And the first thing when you get up in the morning, make your bed. You'll have accomplished at least one thing for the day, because the moon's in Libra during this period of time. So it's one that which, equivocates. It thinks about this and that. It thinks about both sides of both sides. You can get caught in what's it called? Analysis paralysis.
And the void, I must point out, is in Libra, while the moon is in Libra, which isn't really great at making decisions or being decisive. Anyway, it's always weighing both sides. So take advantage of that Libran energy and really give yourself the amount of time that you need to check out all the aspects of something.
Now, the really important day is the 4th, in fact. Remember that on the 4th, when you're right around there, the sun is going to be conjunct the brightest star in the sky after the sun, Sirius. Well, the date they chose for the signing and everything was very carefully planned to be conjunct Sirius, the royal star. So on that particular date, you have two different important things happening. Mercury is turning retrograde at in Gemini. At what degree?
Mercury. Neptune is turning.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mercury is entering Gemini. Sorry. Neptune is turning retrograde.
Venus enters Gemini.
Oh, mi scusi. This is why in the next year, just so you know, next year we have larger fonts on the calendar. We bumped them all up in size because, we had to change fonts from a previous year because of.
Let's start that July 4th over again.
Yes,
okay? This is going to be a significant day.
Yeah, so Venus moves into Gemini, a quick moving, interactive sign. Like I said, it's really great for moving. Oh, look how nice technology. And at the same time, the moon is going to be making a nice aspect to Jupiter in the course of the day and to Mars, challenging aspects to Pluto and Mercury. Venus moving, into a new sign, the sign of flirting, among other things. But Neptune is turning retrograde at 2 degrees Aries. If you wherever you have things in Aries, you should be paying attention to, because Saturn and Neptune have both entered that sign, and you're going to have a real powerful shift. You're going to feel it. Like, you're going to feel like you're really being impelled to change directions. So read up on that. Saturn compresses and crystallizes things. Neptune has a tremendous amount of energy. Both of them are moving into Aries, wherever that is in your chart. If it's at your rising, your sun, wherever it's going to be, you're going to feel it. If it's at your moon, you're really going to feel this. Any house it's in, you're going to feel this. So if you don't know, you get your chart, have your chart cast so you know where these things are moving.
Rabbits out there, you have Jupiter in Aries, so depending on how early it is in the sign, Neptune might get you.
And then finally on the Saturday, you have the moon in the sign of the eagle, aka Scorpio. The sun is trine the moon, all water signs. A really very productive day, a day to get things done, a day to be strategic, enjoy. It's a white circle day. Everything, the wind's at your back on that day, which is good since the day before is a little wacky. So that's pretty much it for the first week. We'll take a look next time at next week.
So if you still need a 2025 calendar, we have a few left, but really what's going like hotcakes are the 2026s. We hope to be delivering them by now. And pre-orders get a free digital calendar.
Yes.
So come see us at planetarycalendar.com. And you're already on our YouTube channel, Planetary Calendar Astrology. Send your friends over. Hit that subscribe button.
Yes.
Hit the bell.
Yes.
Thanks for coming.
See you next month.